Hi, ladies and gentlemen. It's often said that the secret to success doesn't lie in big, dramatic changes, but rather in the small, consistent habits we build. In the past week, I had the privilege of experiencing firsthand how small shifts in daily habits can result in life-changing outcomes. So today, I want to share with you 5 habits that completely transformed my life in just 7 days. The first habit that had an immediate impact on my life was waking up with a purpose. I started setting my intentions for the day the night before, and I made it a point to wake up early, even if it was just 30 minutes before my usual time. I started the morning by reviewing my goals, practicing gratitude, and focusing on one key priority for the day. This gave me a clear sense of direction and energy that carried me through the day. The second habit was incorporating exercise into my daily routine. I realized that physical health directly impacts mental health. Even just 20 minutes of movement each morning helped me feel energized, improved my mood, and gave me the physical strength to face challenges with a more positive mindset. I'm not talking about intense workouts here, just simple stretches, walking, or light cardio. I began reading at least 30 minutes each day, feeding my mind with positive, uplifting, and educational material. In 1 week, my mindset shifted. I stopped consuming mindless entertainment and instead nourished my brain with knowledge that supported my personal and professional growth. The result was clearer thinking, more creativity, and an overall improved attitude toward life. Time management became my fourth habit. I made it a priority to plan my day in advance, breaking down tasks into manageable chunks. I adopted the eat that frog principle, tackling the hardest task first, which gave me a sense of accomplishment early in the day. This simple habit helped me feel less overwhelmed and more in control of my schedule. Finally, I embraced reflection and gratitude as a daily practice. Before bed, I started journaling about the events of the day, focusing on what I was grateful for. By doing this, I rewired my mind to seek out the good in every situation. This shift made me more positive, calm, and aware of the blessings around me. When you start your day with purpose, you're doing more than just setting a few intentions. You're establishing a mindset, a foundation for everything that follows. Think about it the way you wake up. The first few thoughts you have, those set the stage for how you'll approach the entire day. If you wake up feeling rushed or overwhelmed, chances are your entire day will feel that way. But if you start with purpose, you give yourself the gift of focus and clarity right from the start. Purpose is a powerful force that sharpens your mind and focuses your energy. It doesn't matter if you're working toward a long-term goal or simply trying to get through a busy day. When you give yourself a clear sense of direction, you give yourself power over the day. Without purpose, your day becomes a series of random tasks, errands, and distractions. But with purpose, even the most mundane activities take on new meaning. You know why you're doing them, and that sense of knowing transforms them from just things to do into actions that align with your bigger goals. When you wake up with purpose, it's like setting the course on a ship. Without a destination, the ship might drift wherever the wind takes it. But when you have a clear destination in mind, the ship can sail with direction, navigating through challenges with determination. Similarly, when you wake up with purpose, you start each day with a sense of control, even if external circumstances are beyond your control. And here's the key, it's not just about big, grand goals. It's also about small, everyday wins. A purpose-driven day doesn't have to be filled with monumental achievements. It can simply mean focusing on a few important tasks and handling them with excellence. When you approach your day with intention, even the smallest tasks are completed with care, because you're not just passing time, you're creating value. Starting your day with purpose also aligns your thoughts, emotions, and actions. The human mind is powerful, but it can be easily distracted, pulled in 100 different directions. That's why a purpose-driven morning is so crucial. When you make it a habit to focus your mind on what truly matters, you filter out the noise. You tune into what will move you forward. You align your emotions with your goals, creating a powerful synergy between what you think, what you feel, and what you do. When all of these elements are in alignment, you begin to unlock your true potential. This intentional start doesn't need to be complicated. It can be as simple as writing down 3 things you want to achieve that day, or taking a moment to meditate on how you want to feel and approach the challenges ahead. It could be reading a few pages of an inspiring book or listening to a podcast that fires you up. You don't need a lengthy routine. What matters is the mindset shift. When you prioritize purpose over autopilot, you reclaim the control over your day. As the day unfolds, purpose keeps you on track. It helps you resist the urge to react to every little disruption. When you start your day with intention, you build momentum. It's like starting a race with a powerful sprint. The energy you build in the beginning keeps you moving forward throughout the day. And as the day progresses, you'll start to notice how much more productive, focused, and motivated you are, simply because you gave your mind a sense of direction from the moment you opened your eyes. One of the most powerful things about starting with purpose is that it can change the way you view your challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, you begin to see them as opportunities to apply your purpose, to test your commitment, to prove to yourself that you can stay the course. Purpose gives you the resilience to keep going when things get tough. The impact of starting your day with purpose also compounds over time. Each day you begin with clarity and direction, you build on that foundation. It creates a cycle of positive momentum. And before long, you realize that starting each day with purpose doesn't just change one day, it changes your entire life. You begin to accomplish more, become more disciplined, and achieve more, simply because you've learned the power of purposeful beginnings. And remember, the habit of starting each day with purpose doesn't just make you productive, it makes you proactive. It shifts you from reacting to life to creating it. When you wake up with a clear intention, you decide what kind of day you want to have. And over time, you start to realize that you're not just living your days, you're shaping them. Exercise is not just about physical fitness, it's about mental strength, discipline, and creating a sense of control over your life. Let's face it, we all know the importance of regular exercise, but how many of us actually make it a priority? The truth is, exercise is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. It doesn't just improve your body, it transforms your mindset, your energy, and your entire outlook on life. The first thing you need to understand about exercise is that it's not about perfection, it's about consistency. You don't need to run marathons or lift the heaviest weights to experience the benefits. The key is to move regularly, even if it's just for 20 minutes a day. It's not about how much you do, it's about making movement a part of your daily routine. Exercise, even in small doses, can drastically improve your mental clarity, focus, and productivity. When you make exercise a habit, you start to notice changes not just in your body, but in your mind as well. Physically, you'll notice more energy, better sleep, and a stronger immune system. Mentally, you'll find that you're sharper, more focused, and able to handle stress with more ease. Why? Because exercise stimulates the release of endorphins, those feel-good hormones that elevate your mood and reduce stress. But even more than that, exercise teaches you discipline and commitment. When you commit to a regular exercise routine, you're making a statement to yourself. You are willing to put in the work, no matter how challenging it might seem in the moment. Another powerful benefit of exercise is that it helps you build resilience. Let's be honest, exercise is hard. There are days when you don't feel like getting out of bed or pushing yourself through that last set of reps. But when you push through, you prove to yourself that you can handle discomfort, that you can endure even when things aren't easy. This resilience translates into other areas of your life. You start to see challenges differently. Instead of avoiding them, you face them head on, knowing that you have the strength to overcome whatever comes your way. Exercise also provides a mental break from the everyday grind. When you're moving your body, you're not thinking about work, bills, or deadlines. It's a moment of focus just on you, your body, and your breath. That break from the constant mental chatter is invaluable. It gives your mind a chance to reset, to release stress, and to recharge. And when you return to your tasks, you do so with a clearer, more focused mind. But perhaps the most important aspect of regular exercise is that it teaches you the power of habit itself. When you make exercise a non-negotiable part of your day, you build a routine that reinforces the idea that success is not about waiting for motivation, it's about discipline and consistency. You don't have to feel motivated to work out. You just have to show up. And once you start showing up day after day, it becomes easier and easier to make it part of your routine. It's no longer a choice, it's simply what you do. And in the process, you start to build the kind of habits that lead to success in every area of your life. Exercise also teaches you about progress. You may not see results immediately, but over time, you'll begin to notice the changes: more strength, more energy, a greater sense of well-being. And those results inspire you to keep going. It's a feedback loop. The more you exercise, the better you feel, and the better you feel, the more likely you are to stick with it. It's a cycle of growth, one that pays dividends, not just in terms of physical health, but in terms of personal development as well. In fact, the lessons you learn from exercise extend far beyond the gym or the running track. You learn how to push through resistance, how to keep going when it's tough, and how to keep improving no matter where you start. These lessons apply directly to your professional and personal life. The discipline you cultivate through regular exercise spills over into everything you do. You learn to take action even when the results aren't immediate, and you begin to understand that progress is built on consistent effort, not sudden bursts of energy. And don't forget about the long-term rewards. The benefits of regular exercise compound over time. What might feel like a small change today will pay off in a big way in the future. When you take care of your body now, you're investing in your health, your energy, and your well-being for years to come. You're not just building strength for today, you're building strength for tomorrow, for the long haul. In conclusion, exercise is not just a physical activity, it's a mindset, a habit, and a tool for personal growth. It teaches discipline, resilience, and focus. It gives you more energy, sharpens your mind, and helps you face life's challenges with a stronger sense of confidence. The power of exercise lies not in the intensity of the workout, but in the consistency of the habit. Make it a part of your daily routine, and you'll begin to see not only physical transformation, but a shift in your entire approach to life. Exercise isn't just about getting in shape, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. Feeding your mind is just as important, if not more so, than feeding your body. You see, what you put into your mind is what shapes your thoughts, your attitudes, and ultimately your actions. And those actions are what create the results you see in your life. Too many people are careful about what they eat, but they neglect the food they give their minds. The truth is, your mind is like a garden. If you plant seeds of negativity, doubt, and fear, you'll reap a harvest of anxiety, stress, and frustration. But if you feed your mind with knowledge, inspiration, and positive thinking, you'll cultivate a mindset that empowers you to grow, succeed, and achieve your dreams. The first step to feeding your mind is to recognize that it's not just about consuming information, it's about being intentional about what you consume. Too many people spend hours a day absorbing content that doesn't serve them. They watch the news, scroll through social media, or get lost in mindless entertainment. These things may give us a temporary distraction or entertainment, but they rarely offer anything that moves us closer to our goals. Instead of filling your mind with things that drain you, take control of your mental diet and choose to fill it with content that expands your knowledge, your thinking, and your potential. Reading is one of the most powerful ways to feed your mind. When you read, you open yourself up to new ideas, new perspectives, and new possibilities. It doesn't have to be a long or complicated process. Even dedicating just 15 to 30 minutes a day to reading can make a significant difference. Books, articles, and personal development materials allow you to learn from those who've walked the path before you, who've faced challenges, and who've overcome obstacles. They share wisdom that can accelerate your growth and help you avoid the mistakes they made. Every book you read is an investment in yourself, an investment that compounds over time. Just as consistent physical exercise strengthens your body, consistent reading strengthens your mind, and it builds the foundation for success in every area of your life. But feeding your mind isn't just about books. It's also about the conversations you engage in, the people you surround yourself with, and the media you consume. If you spend your time with people who are negative, skeptical, or complacent, those attitudes will influence you. But when you choose to spend time with people who are positive, motivated, and driven, you will absorb their energy, their ideas, and their ambition. The environment you create for yourself, both physically and socially, plays a huge role in feeding your mind. If you surround yourself with individuals who are always complaining or focused on limitations, that's the mindset you'll adopt. On the other hand, when you seek out people who are growth-minded, who are passionate about self-improvement and success, you will be inspired to elevate your own thinking. Additionally, podcasts, audiobooks, and online courses are excellent tools for feeding your mind. In today's world, you can access knowledge at any time and from anywhere. Whether you're commuting, exercising, or doing chores around the house, you can listen to material that enriches your mind and helps you grow. Make it a habit to fill your day with uplifting and educational content. It's like putting your mind on a continuous stream of motivation, ideas, and knowledge that supports your personal growth. Another key aspect of feeding your mind is to be selective with your thoughts. Our minds are constantly bombarded with information, but we have the power to choose what we focus on. If you allow negative thoughts, doubts, and fears to dominate your thinking, you'll be held back. But when you choose to focus on positive, empowering thoughts, you direct your energy towards solutions, opportunities, and progress. Developing the discipline to control your thoughts is one of the most powerful ways to feed your mind. Practice mindfulness. Practice gratitude. Practice focusing on what you want, not what you fear. The more you do this, the more you'll create a mindset that attracts success. Feeding your mind also means feeding it with creativity. Don't just consume information, create something. Write, draw, design, brainstorm, and express yourself. Creative expression not only helps you process what you've learned, but it also enhances your problem-solving abilities. When you engage your mind in creative pursuits, you strengthen its capacity for innovation and critical thinking. The act of creating something is not only an outlet for your ideas, but also a way to unlock new ways of thinking and seeing the world. And let's not forget that feeding your mind requires discipline. It's easy to let distractions take over. In a world full of noise, it takes intention and focus to prioritize what's important for your growth. But the results are undeniable. The more you feed your mind with knowledge, positivity, and inspiration, the more you'll develop the kind of mindset that leads to success. Your mind becomes sharper, more focused, more resilient, and more capable of handling whatever life throws your way. The thoughts you plant today are the actions you'll take tomorrow. If you feed your mind with success-oriented ideas, you will begin to take action that brings success into your life. The great thing about feeding your mind is that it's a lifelong investment. The more you nourish it, the more it grows. And as it grows, it begins to shape everything around you. You will become the person you are meant to be, not by waiting for the right circumstances, but by intentionally feeding your mind with the right thoughts, ideas, and inspiration. The power of a well-fed mind is immeasurable. It's the foundation of everything you can achieve. So choose wisely what you put into your mind. Make sure it's the fuel that will drive you forward toward your dreams and success. Time, as we all know, is one of the most precious resources we have. It's the one thing we can never get back once it's gone, and yet many people waste it without even realizing it. The truth is, time management isn't just about making to-do lists or setting alarms. It's about taking control of your life and making every moment count. Mastering time management is an art, a discipline that requires intentionality, focus, and the understanding that what you do with your time today will directly impact your tomorrow. The first step to mastering time is understanding that you are the one in control of how you spend it. Far too often, people let time control them. They react to what's happening around them, jumping from task to task without any clear direction. But successful people know that time management begins with making conscious choices about how to allocate their time. You are the one who decides what deserves your attention and what doesn't. If you don't set your priorities, someone else will. To take control of your time, you need to start with clarity. The most successful individuals are those who have a clear vision of where they're going. They know their goals, their purpose, and what they need to do in order to get there. When you don't have clarity, you end up being pulled in every direction. But when you have a clear focus, every action you take aligns with your bigger purpose. Ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish today? If you can answer that question with certainty, you've already set yourself up for success. Time management is also about eliminating distractions. Distractions are like little leaks that drain your productivity. A notification here, a phone call there, a quick social media check, it all adds up. If you want to master time, you have to learn to eliminate distractions, or at the very least, minimize them. Set boundaries with your time. Turn off notifications, limit the time you spend on things that don't move you forward, and create an environment that supports focus and productivity. When you're able to stay focused, you get more done in less time. One of the most effective time management strategies is the art of prioritizing. Not everything is urgent, but everything is important. The key is knowing the difference. You have to learn to focus on the things that will have the most impact on your life and your goals. Think of your tasks in terms of their long-term value. What will move you closer to your vision? What will bring you the results you want? By learning to prioritize, you stop wasting time on low-value tasks and instead focus on the high-value actions that truly matter. Prioritize the important over the urgent, and you'll find that you can accomplish more with less stress. Another essential strategy for mastering time is planning. Planning is the backbone of effective time management. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. The most successful people don't just wake up and hope they'll get things done. They make a plan the night before. They schedule their time, set clear intentions for the day, and break down larger tasks into smaller, manageable steps. By planning your day in advance, you prevent overwhelm, you reduce uncertainty, and you increase your chances of making progress. The act of planning also helps you stay organized and ensures that you're always working on the right things at the right time. One of the biggest mistakes people make with time management is failing to set boundaries. You can't manage your time if you're constantly saying yes to things that don't align with your goals. Learn to say no, or at least say not right now. If someone asks you to take on a task or attend a meeting that doesn't serve your vision, be willing to decline. This doesn't mean you're being rude, it means you're protecting your most valuable resource. You'll find that when you're able to set boundaries around your time, you have more room for the things that matter most. You also have to recognize that time management is not just about doing more, it's about doing what matters. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of life, but busyness doesn't equal productivity. You can be busy all day long and still not move closer to your goals. Focus on doing fewer things, but doing them better. Quality always trumps quantity. By narrowing your focus to the most important tasks, you eliminate the need to chase after every little distraction, and you create space for the high-impact work that truly drives your success. And remember, mastering time management doesn't mean working nonstop. You must make time for rest, for relaxation, and for recharging. Success doesn't come from burning out. It comes from consistency, and that requires balance. You need time to step back, reflect, and regain your energy. Scheduling downtime is just as important as scheduling work. In fact, it might be the most important part of your time management strategy. When you're well rested and refreshed, you'll be more focused, more creative, and more productive in the long run. Lastly, you need to recognize that time management is a skill you can improve. Like any skill, it takes practice. Some days will be better than others. But as you continue to practice prioritizing, planning, and eliminating distractions, you'll get better at it. You'll refine your process, and over time, you'll become more efficient and more effective. The key is to stay committed. Small, consistent improvements in how you manage your time will yield significant results over the course of your life. Mastering time management is one of the most powerful things you can do for your personal and professional growth. When you manage your time well, you take control of your life. You become more productive, less stressed, and more fulfilled. Time once wasted can never be reclaimed, but when you master time, you create the life you want to live. Time is your most valuable resource. Treat it as such, and it will reward you with the results you've always desired. Reflection and gratitude are two of the most powerful practices you can incorporate into your daily life. These aren't just feel-good habits, they're life-changing tools that can reshape your perspective, fuel your personal growth, and drive you toward greater success. The truth is, far too many people go through life on autopilot, rushing from one task to the next, focused on what's not working, and rarely taking the time to pause, reflect, and appreciate the good that already exists. If you want to transform your life, start by building the simple, yet profound habits of reflection and gratitude. Let's begin with reflection. Reflection is the process of looking back on your actions, your decisions, and your experiences to learn from them. It's about taking a moment at the end of the day or even throughout the day to evaluate what worked, what didn't, and how you can improve. You see, without reflection, you're just moving through life without truly understanding why things are happening the way they are. Reflection allows you to make sense of your experiences and extract the lessons that will propel you forward. Too often, people are caught up in the rush of life. They're busy with their to-do lists, their meetings, and their obligations, but they never take the time to step back and evaluate. The most successful individuals, however, make reflection a daily habit. They look at their day, their week, their month, and they ask themselves what went well, what didn't. What can I do differently tomorrow to move closer to my goals? Reflection gives you insight. It allows you to see your progress, identify patterns, and make adjustments before you make the same mistakes again. When you reflect, you become a student of your own life, learning from your successes and your failures, using both as stepping stones to greater achievement. But reflection alone isn't enough. It's just one piece of the puzzle. To truly amplify the benefits of reflection, you must pair it with gratitude. Gratitude is the practice of appreciating what you have, right here, right now. It's so easy to focus on what's missing in our lives, what we haven't yet achieved, and what we don't have. But the real magic happens when you shift your focus to what you already have, the opportunities, the relationships, the skills, and the blessings that surround you each day. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's a mindset that shapes the way you approach the world. When you practice gratitude, you acknowledge the abundance in your life rather than the scarcity. This shift in focus is incredibly powerful. It reminds you that you have what you need to succeed and that you are capable of achieving your goals. Gratitude connects you to your purpose and helps you maintain a positive outlook, even when faced with challenges. It gives you the strength to keep going, because you know that the universe has already given you the resources you need to overcome obstacles. The beauty of practicing reflection and gratitude together is that they complement each other perfectly. When you reflect on your day or your experiences, you begin to notice what went right, what you learned, and how far you've come. This naturally leads to a sense of gratitude because you start to realize how many things in your life are going well, things you might have overlooked in the past. You start to appreciate not only the big achievements, but also the small victories, the lessons learned, and the people who've supported you along the way. Gratitude also has the incredible power to shift your mindset. When you practice it regularly, you train your mind to look for the good in every situation, even when things aren't perfect. Instead of focusing on what's wrong or what's missing, you begin to see all the things that are right. This shift in perspective is not only emotionally uplifting, but it also makes you more resilient. When challenges arise, instead of being consumed by negativity, you're able to view them through the lens of gratitude. What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? With this mindset, you move through life with greater ease because you're no longer weighed down by frustration or disappointment. And here's the thing about gratitude, it's contagious. When you begin to express gratitude, whether through journaling, verbal acknowledgments, or small acts of kindness, it ripples out to the people around you. Gratitude creates a positive feedback loop. The more you appreciate others, the more they appreciate you, and the more positive energy circulates in your life. It strengthens your relationships, boosts your emotional well-being, and opens up opportunities for even greater success. If you want to make reflection and gratitude a daily practice, start simple. Set aside time each day to reflect on your experiences and express gratitude for what you have. It could be 5 minutes at the end of your day, or a dedicated moment each morning to think about what you're grateful for. You don't need to write pages and pages, just a few sentences will do. You might write about a lesson you learned, something that went well that day, or the people who made a difference in your life. Keep it specific. The more detailed you can get about what you're grateful for, the more powerful the impact. You can also create a habit of reflecting and being grateful in the midst of challenges. Life doesn't always go as planned. There will be setbacks, disappointments, and frustrations. But when you practice gratitude, you start to see that even in the face of adversity, there are opportunities for growth. You can reflect on what the challenge is teaching you, what you're learning from it, and how it's pushing you toward greater strength and wisdom. Remember, it's not just about reflecting on the good times, it's about reflecting on how far you've come, how much you've learned, and how you can continue to grow. Gratitude and reflection are practices that, when combined, elevate your life. They keep you grounded, focused, and connected to your purpose. They help you navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. And ultimately, they remind you that every step of the journey, no matter how difficult, is worth celebrating. So make reflection and gratitude a regular practice. It will transform the way you see yourself, your life, and the world around you. It will shift your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance, and it will inspire you to keep moving forward, knowing that everything you need for success is already within you. The key to progress is consistency. Let me tell you, success isn't a result of one big burst of effort, one lucky break, or a rare stroke of genius. It's not about a single moment of inspiration that changes everything. No, the key to progress is showing up every single day, doing the work and sticking with it even when it's hard. Even when it feels like you're not making any headway. You see, the real secret to success is not talent, intelligence, or luck. It's the simple yet powerful practice of consistency. When you commit to doing something day in and day out, that's when you start to see real results. Think about it, success doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process built on the small, consistent actions you take every day. Whether you're building a business, improving your health, or mastering a new skill, consistency is what makes the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. It's easy to start something. Everyone can start a new project, set a new goal, or make a fresh commitment. But what separates the winners from the rest is the ability to keep going when the excitement wears off, when challenges arise, or when progress seems slow. Many people fail simply because they stop too soon. They start strong, they're full of enthusiasm, but then when they don't see instant results, they give up. This is where most people fall short. They think that success should come quickly, that it should be easy, or that they should see dramatic changes almost immediately. But the truth is, progress is often much slower than we expect. The key is to stay the course, to keep showing up, to keep doing the work day after day, even when it feels like nothing is happening. That's where the magic lies. When you commit to consistency, you start to build momentum. At first, it might feel like you're not getting anywhere. You're putting in the effort, but the results don't seem to match. But here's the thing, every action you take is an investment in your future. Every time you show up, you're laying the groundwork for the success that's to come. It's like planting a seed. You don't see the fruit right away, but you water it, nurture it, and eventually it begins to grow. The same applies to any goal you set. You may not see immediate results, but every effort you make compounds over time. One action today leads to another tomorrow. And gradually, those small steps add up to significant progress. Consistency is also what allows you to develop habits that support your goals. Success is not just about what you do sporadically, it's about what you do consistently. The most successful people don't rely on motivation alone, they've developed habits that push them forward, even on days when they don't feel like doing the work. These habits are the foundation of progress. Whether it's waking up early, exercising regularly, reading every day, or dedicating a set amount of time to work on your goals, it's the repetition of these actions that creates lasting change. The key to success is turning those small actions into habits you do without thinking. because over time they will lead you to where you want to go. Let's also talk about the power of consistency when it comes to overcoming obstacles. Life is full of challenges, and no path to success is without its hurdles. But consistency is the thing that will get you through the tough times. When you're consistent, you develop resilience. You become someone who doesn't give up at the first sign of trouble. Instead, you face adversity with the knowledge that if you just keep moving forward, no matter how slowly, you'll eventually break through. Progress doesn't happen without challenges, it happens because of them. When you commit to showing up, even when things get tough, you're building strength and perseverance that will help you overcome any obstacle that comes your way. And let's not forget the importance of consistency in learning and improvement. Every skill you develop, every piece of knowledge you gain, is the result of consistent effort. Think about how much more you can learn in a year if you dedicate just a small amount of time every day to improving yourself. Over time, you'll accumulate knowledge and skills that you didn't have before, and you'll be amazed at how much progress you've made. The key to learning is consistency. It's not about cramming all your effort into one intense session. It's about making steady, deliberate progress day by day. Consistency is also crucial for building trust and credibility. In any field, whether in business, relationships, or personal development, people respect those who show up consistently. When you commit to doing what you say you'll do, over and over again, you build a reputation for reliability and integrity. This trust opens doors. It leads to opportunities, collaborations, and support from others. People are drawn to those who are dependable. In contrast, inconsistency breeds doubt. When you show up regularly, when you follow through on your commitments, you establish yourself as someone others can count on. So how do you make consistency work for you? Start by setting clear goals and breaking them down into small, manageable tasks. Then commit to doing those tasks every day, no matter how small they may seem. The secret to success is in those small daily actions. Whether it's taking 5 minutes a day to write, reading a few pages of a book, or making a call to a potential client, those little things add up over time. It's the consistency in these small actions that creates momentum and drives you toward your ultimate goal. And as you stay consistent, you'll find that progress becomes inevitable. Remember, consistency is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about committing to your goals, showing up every day, and making progress no matter how small. Don't get discouraged by setbacks or challenges. Understand that every time you keep going, you're getting closer to where you want to be. Stay consistent, and you'll unlock the power of progress in your life. Success is built on the foundation of consistency. Show up, keep going, and the results will follow. Small changes can have a massive impact. In life, we often make the mistake of thinking that in order to make progress, we need to overhaul everything all at once. We believe that success requires dramatic transformations, grand gestures, or monumental shifts in behavior. But the reality is that lasting change often comes from making small, consistent adjustments. When you focus on making tiny improvements, day by day, you'll be amazed at how quickly those small changes add up to significant results. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the big picture. We see successful people, and we imagine that they must have made a series of dramatic moves to get where they are. But what they've really done, often without even realizing it, is consistently made small changes that compounded over time. It's like building a house. You don't start by constructing the roof, you start by laying one brick at a time. Each brick on its own may not seem like much, but when you add them all together, you end up with something much bigger than the sum of its parts. The beauty of small changes is that they're less intimidating. We all know how difficult it can be to make a massive shift in our behavior, to take on a huge new challenge, or to tackle something that feels too big to handle. But when you break things down into smaller, manageable steps, the task doesn't seem as daunting. You might not be able to run a marathon today, but you can take a short walk. You might not be able to write a book today, but you can write one page. Those small, manageable actions build the foundation for bigger achievements down the road. Let's take a look at how small changes affect our daily habits. One of the most powerful ways to change your life is by adjusting the little things you do every day. For example, you may not feel like exercising for an hour every day, but what if you started by walking for 10 minutes every morning? You might not be able to read a book in a week, but what if you started by reading just one chapter every evening before bed? Over time, these small actions will become habits, and as those habits accumulate, they'll lead to dramatic improvements in your health, your mind, and your productivity. Another powerful aspect of small changes is their ability to compound. A small improvement made every day builds on itself. Let's say you decide to save a small amount of money each day, just $1 or $2. It may not feel like much, but over a month, you've saved $60. Over a year, that's $730. And if you put that money into an investment, you'll see even more compounding growth. The same goes for your skills. A small improvement in your abilities every day, like learning a new word, practicing a new technique, or sharpening your knowledge, leads to significant growth over time. The compound effect is a powerful force that rewards consistency, and it all starts with the small changes you make today. Don't underestimate the power of these small daily changes. People often overlook how impactful tiny adjustments can be because they're so focused on the big, flashy outcomes. But the truth is, small changes are the building blocks of long-term success. Think about the person who decides to wake up just 10 minutes earlier each morning. At first, it seems like a minor adjustment. But over time, those extra 10 minutes allow for a more productive morning routine, less rush, and more focus throughout the day. Those small changes lead to a better mindset, a better attitude, and ultimately a better life. Small changes also help you maintain momentum. When you make large, sweeping changes, it's easy to burn out or lose focus. But when you take small steps, you can keep moving forward without overwhelming yourself. It's about creating a rhythm that becomes sustainable. When you set realistic, small goals and achieve them, you build a sense of accomplishment and confidence. This makes it easier to continue making progress because you start to see the results of your efforts in a tangible way. The key is not to try to change everything all at once, but to focus on what you can do today that will move you forward, even if it's just a small step. One of the greatest advantages of making small changes is that they're more likely to stick. Big changes are exciting in the beginning, but they're also difficult to maintain. People tend to get discouraged when they don't see immediate results, and they give up. Small changes, on the other hand, are easier to incorporate into your routine. They don't require a complete overhaul of your life. Instead, they gradually blend into your day-to-day habits. Over time, you'll find that what once seemed like a challenge becomes second nature, and that's when the real transformation happens. Consistency is the real key to making small changes work for you. The more consistently you apply these changes, the more significant the impact. A small effort put in every day consistently is far more powerful than occasional bursts of energy or enthusiasm. It's like watering a plant every day instead of flooding it once a week. Consistency nurtures the small changes and allows them to grow into something much larger. This applies to every area of your life, your relationships, your career, your finances, and your personal development. Small improvements made regularly in any of these areas can lead to massive results over time. It's about being intentional, taking action every day, and allowing those small changes to accumulate. So don't wait for a big breakthrough. Don't wait for a perfect moment. Start today by making one small change. You'll be amazed at how far those small changes will take you, and you'll find that in the end, they'll have a bigger impact than you ever imagined. Remember, the key to extraordinary results is not found in doing everything perfectly or all at once. It's found in the steady, consistent, and seemingly small actions that you take every day. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how those little changes compound into life-changing results. The power of small changes is undeniable. And once you unlock it, you'll see progress in ways you never thought possible.